We've got allegations of corruption, allegations of inappropriate personal relationships, allegations of misuse of funds. No, we're not talking about a TV drama. We're talking about the Georgia elections interference case and how this is going to affect everybody in this country. I'm Antoine Anderson, and this is Black Investments Matter, Ujamaa Network. Let's find out what's going on. During yesterday's motion hearing, when we documented what was going on with Travian Cootie and that aspect of the case, there was another defendant by the name of Michael Roman. His attorney, Ashley Mershon, has made an allegation that has yet to be corroborated by any facts, but has made the allegation that there is an improper personal relationship going on between the district attorney and Nathan Wade, who is one of the lead prosecutors in this case. Now, this is troubling on so many levels, but the main thing to take away here as a layman, whenever an attorney's reputation is attacked, there are going to be some consequences, and especially what is being alleged here. What's being alleged here is that this is somehow tainting the case, this relationship that may or may not have happened, or at least the relationship that's being alleged here can taint the case somehow. So much so that Representative Jim Jordan has filed a motion that's signed off by Jerry Nadler, and they want to have a response from that lead prosecutor, Mr. Nathan Wade, to these allegations that have come up. The allegations are scurrilous. What's being alleged in a letter that was forwarded on to Attorney Wade was there may have been some commingling of funds for some of these alleged vacations you've taken with the district attorney. Now, Mr. Wade has been embattled in a divorce from his previous wife, I think starting back in 2021. That being the case, but aside from the fact that we're now in 2023 and the allegations themselves have little to nothing to do with the case, the fact that it's coming up now raises a bunch of concerns and red flags. Now, first and foremost, I want to talk about the potential damage to reputation. Now, even if these allegations are false or proven false, or even if they're proven true, one of these attorneys, either Ms. Mershon or District Attorney Willis or Nathan Wade, there's going to be disciplinary actions because you have damaged the reputation of an attorney during a court case, and one of the most high profile cases this country has ever seen, and it's happening here in Fulton County. This is a criminal case that is happening involving Donald Trump and election interference. If there is something that's happening behind the scenes that we're not aware of, that's far as possible dirty tricks being played to try to paint the prosecution in an unflattering light to get the case dismissed, at least to slow it down. There's some serious things at stake here. This is the kind of thing that can erode the trust of a populace. Now, why am I spending a lot of time on this subject in this platform? Well, it goes to the heart of something very dear to me. It's an old stereotype of African Americans or black men in power, and the stereotype is very pointed, and I take great offense at the allegation. Now, even if it's found to be true, you still have a long way to go to say that any relationship between these adults has anything to do with the fact that people like Ruby Freeman were made victims of a conspiracy to defraud the United States government. We've got a lot at stake here. It baffles me that I was reading one part of this article where attorney Merchant was saying that she wouldn't have brought this allegation up if she didn't have proof. But when pressed for that proof, she said that she had some witnesses, but they weren't willing to sign any affidavits at this time. Yeah, that's not looking good. Now, it could be a bluff. It could be the truth. Somebody on that district attorney's office could actually be willing to testify that this affair or this contact has happened. But then we have Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan on Oversight Committee has gone ahead and been on record to say we want to know about what's going on. We think that the amount of money you're being paid, Mr. Wade, money that comes from the federal government through the $14.6 million Fulton County received in grants, went to pay you, and you used some of that money to pay for this alleged fling. That's what's being alleged here. That's the tie-in. Is it a stretch? At least in my opinion. But what are we going to do with this information? Now, this letter has been sent out to Attorney Wade. He has until January 23rd to respond to it. He doesn't have to. He can be subpoenaed after the 23rd of January. Now, why are these dates so important? Well, remember, while the federal government is still open, they have just averted yet another shutdown by coming to an agreement to keep the government funded at least until March. So another month. What bothers me about all this drama is that here we are talking about another federal government shutdown, but you extend that shutdown deadline just long enough to keep this case open. Now, that subpoena will come very quickly if it comes at all after the 23rd. That means there's going to be a hearing on Capitol Hill where the district attorney and Attorney Wade will be called before Congress to talk about partisan politics, possible partisan prosecution. It's no secret that the GOP has been making these allegations against any Trump opponent since he's been kicked out of office, and using the political system to go after rivals. Yeah, this is getting worse and worse as we speak. So no, we've got a lot riding on this case, and I'm going to keep following it. It's a little deviation from my usual topic, but this is so poignant and it's so important, and I just happen to be in the city where it's happening. We're going to keep our eye on it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. This mess is better than any TV drama that's going on in the 80s, like Dynasty or Dallas. It's a mess. It is a hot mess. Scandal has nothing on this. Let's see if any of these allegations are true. And even if they're not, let's see what the punishment is going to be for bringing a possible false allegation against a sitting DA. This should be interesting.